everyone, welcome back. So in the previous video we have created Microsoft 365 as well as security groups, and these both are related to assigned. So I'll be keeping them in the description so that you can watch them. However, coming to this video, we'll be creating a dynamic group. So instead of assigned, we'll be using dynamic group. So basically in these two groups, we have added users manually. So we have just clicked the members and we have added users. So if that is 5 to 10 users, it's okay, we can add them. But let's say it's 500 users, let's say it's 10,000 users. How can we add them? So for this, there is a dynamic group. So we have to just create the rules, and based on that rules, the users will be segregated into these particular groups. Saying that, let's jump into the video and create the group. So if I go ahead and create a new group here, let's go ahead and add security, and let's add the group name. So I'll be using the docs for this. So I've added group name, and you can add the description if you want to, but in this case I'm just leaving it default. And coming to the membership type, in this case I'll be using the dynamic user. So right now you can see there is a owner as well as member. So whenever it is assigned, you have to assign manually. You have to just select users and so on. So as said before, if that is the number is limited, you can add them. But if there is like more number, let's say 100, 200, like it will be hectic, and there is a time consuming process and it's a waste of time, to be honest. So in this case, we'll be using the dynamic user. So whenever you change it to dynamic user, you can see we have got a dynamic user membership, and we have to add a relevant dynamic query for that, right? So coming to the owner, in this case, similarly, I'll be just adding my ID, select, and coming to the dynamic user query, let's add it. So in this case, for this, we'll be using all the users as the members. For that, let's add this particular syntax. So in this case, you have to click edit, and you have to add this particular syntax. Make sure it's case sensitive so that you can add properly. So I'm just clicking OK. So it's done, and just click save. And you have created a dynamic user query, and the only thing is you have to create it. So right now you can see we have just added the query, but we have not added any user for this particular group. So let me create this. Well, let's refresh. So you can see the group has been created, SC300 Microsoft 365. Now you can see we have one owner, but we don't have any members for this. Let's wait for it and let's see. So we have to just wait for some time. So it has not been updated. So let me refresh once again. Let me refresh everything. So we have 0 members. So meanwhile, let's see what are other expressions that we can use. So if I go back here, so meantime when the users populated, so meantime let's go ahead and try to see dynamic user queries. So here you can see there is an expression. So let's add expression, and here the property will be, so based on this you can segregate the users. Let's say department, and let's say equals to, and if I click sales here, so if there are any people belonging to the sales department, they'll be segregated into this particular group that we are creating right now. So similarly, this is one expression that you can add, and there are other expressions too. It can be and or case, or I can say, let's use let's say, you can see we have a lot of options here. So let me add city or a country, or let's put in a country. If country is equals to, or you can select any country, or Let's see. Or you can use starting with and so on. In this case, I'll just use equals to, and I can use Canada. So either one of should satisfy to come into this particular group. So this is how you can add the expressions. So you can see we already got the rule syntax for this. Before that, we had just added because of the docs. So in the docs it was mentioned, so I just added them. However, you can see it should be this one or either this one. So whenever one of these rules satisfies, the user will be into this particular group. So here we have seen, right, the person belongs to sales department. So I'll be not creating this, but I'll show you how they are done. So if I go back here, home, let's go to the users here, and if you click a new user, so let me add let's and so right now we are not adding 20 groups. So how you can see the groups related to that, and here you can add the usage location. However, coming to the job role, you can the job title. So in this case, you can add sales here, or the sales department, so on. So let's say department is sales. So whenever there is a tag word for this, so whenever you create this user, by default he'll be into that particular group that is being created. So that is how it is used. So meanwhile, let me go back and let's check that particular group. I hope it's done. Where is it? Groups, SC300 dynamic group. There you go. Now we can see it has been done. So total numbers are 6. So this is how it will be populated. So we have not added any user for this. We just created a rule and everything was done automatically. So this is how the dynamic groups are useful in like large organizations. So I'll be keeping the relevant videos in the description so that you can watch them and deep dive into this Azure. And if you have liked the video, please click the like button below, and if you have not subscribed to my channel, please do subscribe to my channel and please share the video. Thanks everyone.